Hello everyone, and welcome back for another video tutorial. Today I have for you this flip lid storage stroke gift box. It was inspired by Sam Calcott UK from Mixed Up Cross, and I will leave a link to her video tutorial in the description box. It is quite a generous size gift or storage box, as you can see. You could easily store 6x6 paper pads, embossing folders, stamp sets, whatever you like inside. And of course, it's ideal for gift giving. And believe it or not, it's very simple to make. And if you stick with me, I'll show you just how easy it is. And cardstock I'm using for this project are from, first of all, first edition's Wanderlust paper pad, and this was in the 12x12, and the American Craft cardstock. This also is a 12x12. And again, this cardstock is textured on one side and smooth on the other. And it is 216 GSM. So, first of all, I'm going to start with this 12x12 piece. This is going to be the base. And take my scoreboard and score this at 2.5 inches and 9.5 inches. Then rotate it and score again at 2.5 and at 5. And that's all the scoring done for that one. For the smaller piece, which is the 10x12, I'm going to score on the long side, on the 12-inch side, again at 2.5 and at 9.5. Then on the short side, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch, which will be the tab for gluing this together, and at 3 inches. And that is all the scoring done. Now I'm going to fold and burnish. So that is all the burnishing done. So we're going to start again with the smaller piece, which is the lid. And I'm going to cut up this score line here up to the first score line. And we're going to cut this one also up to that first score line, and we're going to completely remove this rectangle. And since I want a wedge here, just to take some of that bulk off, I'm going to go ahead and angle it down. Do the same on this side. Come up that score line to the first, come up this score line, and again, cut a small wedge over there. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one on the 12x12. Cutting again up these score lines here and here. And on the other side, cutting up here and here. So we have these two squares here, and I'm going to take a little bit of a wedge off of these as well. Didn't do that on the other because it's really not going to matter with those because they're going to be covered up. So, but I would like to take some of this off here. going to assemble this one first, and then that will give it a chance to dry before I have to actually cut anything. And again here, put our glue on this tab. Bring it up. Again, make sure that it's at a nice angle here. And then we do the other side. I'm going to put that aside and give it a chance to dry a little bit. And we'll put the base together. And we're going to do the same. Now, it doesn't really matter which, if you want to come up with that side first or this side first, doesn't really matter, but I'm going to do it this way. And it's going to go together like so. There we are. Go together like that. Now, what you could do is once we get this cut as well, because we're going to also do a diagonal cut, you would have a storage box all in its own. Okay, so that you could use it for 6x6 paper pads or embossing folders, stamp sets, whatever you like. But I'm going to go on with the box itself, the gift box. So let's get this put together. And put glue here on this tab. Goes together rather quickly, really. Also, it's going to be strengthened by the addition of those papers that I showed you at the beginning, on the back and the inside of these as well. So, do that together and wrap this round again. I'm going to make sure that that's at a right angle there. It's all squared up. And you need to do that because you don't want it to be sort of wonky. So take a little care with it, and that's all it will take. So, there we are. I will just run my finger along there and feel that it is all even. Place that aside and go back to our lid, and here I want to take my pencil and ruler, and I'm going to draw a diagonal line from the corner here. So it's going to go from this corner to this corner. Okay. Like so. And you could just, take your scissors and dive right into it, but I thought I'd show you first how you would draw those lines on, and then I'll get my large scissors out and do this one for this end. Cut this along those lines. Okay, there we are. So I'm going to go in and starting from the corner, that fold and just cut down that line. This end as well. Yeah, I think I do it this way. Okay. That's our lid. Now for our storage area, the base. I'm going to do the same. And on this one, I'm going to go from where this piece comes up here. And we're going to go up to that corner again. So it's a smaller cut, but on the same sort of angle. There. And that is done. So now, I'm going to move on to gluing the lid and the base together. Take this tab here that we have. I'm going to put the glue here and then attach the base on it. Okay, so let's get this glue down. And I'm using the Calcott glue again because it is going to be so strong when all this dries. And I think that's really important when you've got something that has a lot of movement in it, that you have a nice strong glue. So I'm going to put this in here and see. Going to come up and over like so. This is going to get covered up on with the paper on the back. I'm just going to make sure that glue is spread out and taking hold. Then my papers for the matting, and I did cut another piece of paper from that same paper pad, the Wanderlust paper pad, that I'm going to use on the inside. Now these three pieces here, sure I've got those right. These three pieces are cut at 6 3/4 inches square, and they're going to go on the front and then on the inside of the box here and here. And for the back, I've got this piece, which is going to be a little bit bigger. It's going to be 6 7/8 inch square, so 6 7/8, and then that will cover where we joined that together. These two pieces are going to be for this section here and also on the top, and they measure 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to get those glued down, and I'm going to start with make sure I've got the right one, because they are so close in size. This is it. And this is going to go here on the back. everything is glued down. As you see, our lid just slides right over, and there we have our box. Now for a little more decoration. In my box of die cuts, I found these medallions, and what I'm going to do is actually cut them in half. Okay, like so. So they go into the corners like that. I'm going to put those down. Just going to take a little bit of this glue and put it on my hand. I've tested this and it's safe for me, but I would recommend you do the same before doing this. This is just a way to get those little bits covered in glue and pop that in the corner, like so. I want to keep this fairly generic, so I'm going to do a paper bow, and all I'm going to do is just curl it, and I'm going to glue it into a circle. There's 2 pieces here, and I'm just going to use my quick drying glue to put this together. So take a bit of this and put it on the end and join it together. And let that set for just a bit, and I'll glue this one down as well. These are about 3/4 of an inch wide, and I think one of these pieces is, I think this one is probably about 8 inches. This one is probably more like 5 or 6, maybe 6. Doesn't matter, just whatever size you want. So now I can take some more of this glue and put it here where that join is. And I'm just going to pop that down to make a bow shape. And these are fairly even in size. Stick my finger through there and shape that a bit. Okay, do the same with this piece. And then we'll put those together. Again, giving that a bit of shape. You could use hot glue if you wanted to. I'm just going to use this rather than get my glue gun out just for this little bit. And then these two are going to pop together. I'm going to put glue here, and this is where it's joined. Put that together. Give that a moment to take hold, and then I've got a little strip here, and I think that's about a little over 1/4 of an inch, maybe 3/8, so about 3/8. So again, doesn't really matter. And I'm going to wrap this round. I could have it that way, or could have it that way, but which do I want? I think I'll just stay with this. You can still see the other on the inside. So I'm going to wrap it round and cut off the excess. There. And I'll glue that into place. That will be the ribbon. Or the bow, I should say. Right, so there's our little bow. Now to put it on our box, I think I'm going to put mine, I could put it on the top. That would be one choice, or I could put it in the middle here. Oh, I kind of like that. I'll put it at a jaunty little angle there. But I've got another idea. I've got some of this gold ribbon. This is a sort of a matte, I suppose, but it's shiny. So I might add that on here as well. And to put that together, I'll use some of the red liner tape. I've got a little bit here. This is almost completely spent, so I might as well use it. Okay. And ink. Lid, storage and gift box inspired by Calcott, UK of Mixed Up Crafts, and I will leave a link to her video tutorial in my description box. And here's just one final look inside. It's quite a generous size box. In fact, it measures 7 inches by 7 inches, and the depth is 2.5 inches. So plenty of room for storage or for gift giving. I'd like to thank you once again for joining me for this video tutorial, and I hope you'll come back for more. In the meantime, I would like to take this opportunity to wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and please, please be safe out there. Thanks for coming. I'll see you again. Bye, and crafty hugs.